one of the most common things that anybody ever comes to see me with is a fear of blushing, a fear of redness, or a fear that other people will see that you are nervous. Okay? Oh, I deal with this one a lot. So I'm going to walk you through where it comes from. I'm going to walk you through the typical situations that it might be, and just as you watch, as you listen, just see if any of this chimes for you. And if it does, then we've got some really good news. So, blushing or worrying that you're being perceived as nervous, typically will come up for somebody maybe in a workplace setting. So imagine situations where we're going into meetings, we're standing up, we're giving presentations, we're giving a PowerPoint, we've got to sit around maybe, right? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Oh no, it's my turn. And all of a sudden, whew, up we go, crimson, yeah? Or maybe, and over to you to give a presentation now, and you stand up and your hands start shaking, and water's splashing everywhere, and it just gets worse and it gets worse, and you get hot and you start to shake, and then all you think is, how do I get out? Where's the exit here? And then what if I faint? What if I black out? What if I keel over? What if I make a complete fool of myself? And all of those things, to some degree, may not start triggering in you. And then, if we've had that experience, chances are we'll have that experience again. And first of all, I want you to know that it's a really relatively easy fix for this one. This is not usually a big deal. But I'll promise you now, it will not be about the situation that you're currently in. It will not be, more than likely, about your current workplace or your boss, or having to stand up or give a speech, or even if it's something like a wedding, father of the bride, best man, any of those those experiences, a eulogy, I don't know. It's that sense, isn't it, of all eyes on me. I am in the spotlight. Now, what if they can see that I am nervous? What if they can see that I am red? What if they can see that I am shaking? What does that mean? Does it mean that they will think I'm stupid? Does it mean they will think I have no idea what I'm doing? Will they fire me? Will I get sacked for this? Will it stop me advancing in my career? Will it mean that I can't do my job properly? They'll look over me for promotion and all the other things that start to work. But I'll tell you now, it's got absolutely nothing to do with your current scenario, or highly unlikely. Where this comes from every time is from a time before. Probably a time around your school days. It might be primary school. It might be a sort of situation where, maybe you're a kid who's been pushed forward by an adult. Hey, look at you, all eyes on you, do a little dance for us, say a little song, and then people have laughed and gone, ha 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 ha, aren't they funny, aren't they cute, aren't they sweet, or oh, what a clown. And then it gets internalized. It's like, oh, I feel shame. Have I done something wrong here? They're all laughing at me. I don't like it. What does that mean? Am I not safe? Or it starts a little bit later, perhaps in a classroom setting. Here's a place it would typically begin. So perhaps you're at secondary school. Maybe you're at 12 or 13 or 14 or 15, or maybe it's English class, and you're asked, like, stand up and read aloud to everybody. And because of that, all eyes on you. Maybe you stumble over your words a bit, and all of a sudden you start to go red, and then somebody shouts, "Aha! He's gone red. She's gone red." Or even worse, something like, I bet you fancy somebody, don't you? One of those, something that therefore encapsulates a real sense of being hot, being bothered, colouring up, and the idea that is wrong, the idea that that's revealing something about you, that you're embarrassed. I mean, the number of times it will have been from somebody who, oh, you fancy so-and-so, ha ha ha, and oh look, they've gone red, oh ha ha, see, true innit? Awful, awful for the teenager. But even when you're out of school then, it's almost like you're carrying it with you. And then there'll be more experiences where you experience the same, because that's just how it goes. And then we find ourselves in a world of work, which rather mimics a classroom, doesn't it? In the way they've got that horrible strip lighting and and there's desks and everybody's meant to be getting on with their work, and there's a boss, bit like a teacher really. And the idea of, right, over to you, now you speak, and all of that childhood stuff just gets pulled through the years, even through the decades, into that moment, as if it were all happening again. Now, consciously you don't think this. You don't think, that's because that teacher made me stand up in front of everybody and read aloud, and then that boy laughed at me. You don't think that in that moment. You just think, oh my God, it's happening again. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. They're all going to notice. I'm going to get fired. And then we start the spiral of, I need to get out of here. Oh my God, I'm sweating profusely. They can all see. I just need to leave. Oh my God, I'm going to get so hot. I'm going to black out. Then I'm going to make a complete fool of myself. I'm going to pass out in front of all of my colleagues. I'm going to call an ambulance. I'm going to end up in hospital. And I'm going to get fired. And if any of that is starting to sound familiar, yeah, otherwise you probably wouldn't be on this page. If any of that is sounding familiar, let's do something about that. Let's get that looked at in a strategy session. So a strategy session is essentially a Zoom call. I keep them short and sweet. You're busy, I've got things to do, but maybe up to about 30 minutes. Jump on and we'll just talk through what you're experiencing so that I can find where you're at. Because the moment I know where you're at, I can devise a strategy for you. Personal, of course, because everybody's different. Yours might not have started in school. You might have been 7 years old and you sang a little song and somebody laughed at you. Something along those lines, or none of the above. Maybe yours has got a completely different route. But the best way to solve this, and solve it fast, because this does not have to be a big deal. This really doesn't, unless it's tied in with all sorts of other deep projections of self-worth, low self-esteem, etc. But if it's just, they can see that I'm nervous in these situations and it's getting in your way, because you want to progress in your career, you want to be able to get that promotion, you want to be a team leader, you want to be a supervisor, you want to be a manager, you want to be a director, you want to be CEO, you want to get up and give presentations, you want to not let your family down when you're giving the speech of your life, And if that is something that now is the time to tackle, let's get that solved. Let's get that solved. I solve this all the time. And I always solve it. We always solve this one successfully. Nobody has ever gone away going, oh, that didn't work at all. I'm still terrible. No. Honestly, this is really simple. Jump on a strategy session. Just get that booked. And let's deal with this one really, really efficiently, really quickly. Not a problem to you at all. All right. I look forward to seeing you soon.